Forecast.
There's a nice close-up of July's full moon. Warren Falk captured that this morning. That is the buck or thunder moon. And speaking of bucks, Tanya Brooks in Schuyler captured these two bucks, and you can see their antlers. This time of year they're growing, so that velvety appearance, it grows pretty quickly, their antlers during this time of year. And here's a nice shot from this morning from Jim Carpenter. Two water lilies and a lotus flower making the pond beautiful. Let's take a look at our numbers. High temperatures today, we're in the upper 80s to near 90 for many of us locally. You can see some regional numbers here. Of course, this afternoon there were some storms, and right now we've got temperature about 85 at the airport, 86 there in Madison, 82 in Stanton, 84 in Palmyra. Some of these numbers were knocked down, then recovering after some of the storminess. It feels like it's well in the 90s even at this hour because of the humidity. Well, we did have some storms this afternoon. Again, the flood advisory now has been canceled for Fluvanna County, but earlier you had some bigger storms that came through. We'll go farther to the west now, and you can see some of the showers, a little bit of lightning here. Here we are from Broadway, just north of Harrisonburg, out toward Singer's Glen and back into the mountains of the George Washington National Forest, and then out toward Churchville and Franks Mill. We have a thunderstorm in progress here. That's kind of drifting off to the east-southeast, so just northwest of Stanton and out toward Verona. You maybe get clipped by that storm. And again, the rain that fell earlier here in Charlottesville on the eastern side of the city and the eastern portion of the county, within about 30 minutes we had rainfall rates that were greater than an inch per hour, and that prompted the flash flood warning. So that type of setup is with us right through the weekend, so we could still have some isolated flash flooding and some isolated severe weather going forward as we go through both Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures here tonight pretty much in the lower 70s across central Virginia, upper 60s across the Shenandoah Valley. There'll be some fog to start tomorrow morning. Morning hours should be dry. We'll top out in the low 90s. It'll feel like it's in the upper 90s to low 100s before these storms get going. And once again, aerial coverage will vary, but there will be some storms here for Saturday. I think aerial coverage could be a little greater on Sunday, upper 80s to around 90. So the pattern overall does not change this weekend, nor does it change much next week. So it's still showing some storms here this evening. Most of those will fade away after sunset, and then a quiet overnight, some fog in the morning. We'll heat back up, upper 80s to low 90s. The storms will initially initiate near the mountains and then kind of drift or move erratically. But again, that setup will take us into tomorrow evening. Then Sunday, aerial coverage could be a little bit greater, upper 80s to low 90s. Essentially, the pattern changes very little. We have fronts that can't make it through the mid-Atlantic. We have a big ridge, part of the extension of the Bermuda High offshore, and the strong prevailing winds out of the west are to our north. So when these fronts move here, they either wash out or just stall out, and there's no change of the air mass, and hence you get, with the daytime heating and this type of setup, daily showers and thunderstorms, and that's exactly what we're seeing play out. We played it out this week, we play it out this weekend, and we're going to play it out next week. Tonight, partly cloudy, muggy, areas of fog. We're in the lower 70s for many. There's a look at the Michael and Son 7-day forecast. Again, those daily storm chances to continue, upper 80s to some low 90s during the stretch, but no relenting of this pattern, at least right now.
All right, Eric, thank you.